60-yard dash to the crib, that's what we on. Loaded in the trenches, pound for pound, we gon' lean on. Pulling QB keeper, Jalen know it, Leon Rion. Play action pass to the end zone. Smitty got it, who you say you gon' repeat on? Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce just got dethroned. Feel like a champ, dripping with my golden green on.
Welcome to the Flying High Eagles podcast, where we talk birds and the latest in NFL news. Let's get right to it. So in today's news, we have Deebo Samuel going to the Washington Commanders. We have the Philadelphia Eagles signing a new quarterbacks coach. And we're going to talk about Myles Garrett and whether we should make the trade, what benefits the trade will do for us, and what it might take, and what I think we should not give up to get Myles Garrett. But first, let's start with the Deebo trade. I think the Deebo trade was a good trade. I think personally it was a good pickup for Washington. I think it'll make their offense more dynamic. When Deebo Samuel is healthy, he is a playmaker. I'll give him that. Great slot receiver, can run the ball, can catch the ball, runs great routes, and is very explosive when he's called upon. As far as how I feel that helps them versus us, I think it makes them more competitive, but I still feel that our young secondary will shut it down. Guantanamo Bay, the chicken coop. They're going to be locked in one of those places. So, I mean, I feel like we do need to make sure we sign Zach Bond to keep that middle solidified. As far as the defensive line, we're in a pickle with Josh Sweat and Milton. And I would prefer to keep Milton, let Josh Sweat walk, keep Bond, and find a way to get Myles Garrett. I do need us to try to keep Mekhi Becton as well, but we'll get into the free agency in another video. But as far as the Deebo trade, I do think it makes Washington better. I don't necessarily think it makes them a Super Bowl contender. We'll see how Jaden Daniels operates in his sophomore season. But overall, I'll give it a B+A for Washington. Our new QB coach was the head coach at Bowling Green. Scott Loeffler was the Bowling Green head coach from 2019 all the way to 2024. Before that, he was with Boston College from 2016 to 2018 and Virginia Tech before then, but we won't go too deep in his history. He's very experienced, starting his coaching in 1996. So he's been doing this for a while now. I think that'll be good for Jalen Hurts to have him in his quarterback room to help him develop further as a franchise quarterback. I like him paired up with Nick Sirianni and our new offensive coordinator, Patello. I do think that's a good pickup for us. I do feel that his experience will definitely benefit Jalen Hurts in the long run. Hopefully we can keep him here for an extended period of time. Maybe he becomes our next OC. That way we keep continuity in the locker room and in the coaching staff. But overall, pretty good pickup. I like to get into this Myles Garrett thing. Myles Garrett, 29 years old, averages 16 sacks a season. Complete monster. Feel like is probably the best defensive player on the planet right now. With that being said, I still would not give up 2 firsts. I think that's a little stiff. Maybe a first and a second. Giving 2 firsts probably wouldn't be bad, for the simple fact that we're going to be winning. So how low is that first round pick going to be if we do end up giving 2 first rounds? But I still personally would only want to give a first and a second. Maybe 2 seconds and a third and a player. or a first, second, and a player. But 2 firsts is a little stiff. I'm not giving up any of our rookies. Q is untouchable. Coop is untouchable. I've also heard that they have inquired about Devontae Smith. No, I'm not liking that. Neither am I liking giving away Nolan Smith after what he just did in this last playoff run, which I thought he had a great breakout year, hell of a playoff run, and definitely help us secure that Super Bowl win. Devontae with the dagger catch in the Super Bowl, and our rookies just playing lockdown with Cooper DeJean getting a pick 6 on Patrick Mahomes, which I feel is where the game was actually sealed. I feel like after that pick 6, the game is over, but that's neither here or there. But I do think we should take a swing at Myles Garrett. I will get into free agency further in another video where I'll be discussing keeping Josh Sweat, keeping Milton, or keeping Bond, the pros and the cons of each thing, and how I feel that it'll help us progress and help us for next year. But that's all for today. Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commanders. New QB coach Scott Loeffler from Bowling Green. And should we get Myles Garrett or not? Leave your comments. Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Flying High Eagles podcast. Have a good one.